Hi guys, I'm here in the Sukkah. I'm sure that many of you know that we are in the holiday of Sukkot, and I would like to share some concepts, some interesting things from the Zohar. But I think it's also too noisy here, so I will continue from the study. Okay, let's continue without the noise. I really wanted to do it in the Sukkah, but too much noise again. I would like to share a couple points here from the Zohar about the energy of Sukkot. Sukkot is energy that is lasting for 7 days. And let's see what the Zohar is saying here. We'll start with the Zohar of Tetzaveh, paragraph 134, which is very powerful because I will say it in Hebrew and translate. כתיב בסוכות תשבו 7 ימים, connect, sit in the sukkah, in this kind of a tabernacle. By the way, if you don't have the actual thing, the sukkah, the hut, the tabernacle, in your area where you live or whatever, it's okay. The entire universe, you're just looking up to the heavens, the sky, the heavens. It's huge canopy that shades and brings so much energy into our lives during the 7 days of Sukkot. And it says, that's in the Torah, in the 5 books of Moses, Basukot tishvu 7 yamim, connect with the Sukkot for those 7 days. Hu razad mehimanuta, the energy of Sukkot. First of all, the Zohar is telling us it's the energy of certainty. We always speak about certainty, the secret of certainty. And then there is a very powerful point that the Zohar is saying. I think I mentioned the paragraph 134 in Tetzaveh, and it says that quote, Basukot tishvu 7 yamim, connect to that energy of kindness, of generosity, of love, of mercy, and of certainty for the 7 days. When God actually, we're talking about energy, yes, this that thing that the Creator is sharing with us, the Zohar is saying, Achitanina kad itbarei alma itmar ha'ikra. The energy of Sukkot is available since the time of creation. So we really have here the point of rebooting the energy in our lives. You know, so many times you get stuck with your smartphone or whatever electronic device, right? And you ask your friend because maybe you're like challenged like me in those kind of things. And the first thing, plug out, plug in, whatever, reboot the system, right? So Sukkot, it's a time to reboot our energy and step into a new level of, again, chasadim. Chesed, in Hebrew, it means love, actually mercy, kindness, generosity. And that's what the Zohar is saying. The energy of Sukkot, this rebooting process, kad itbarei alma itmar ha'ikra. And then it says something very interesting also in paragraph, the same portion in the Zohar, Tetzaveh, 136, and it talks about the energy of peace, tranquility. It's another thing that exists during the 7 days of Sukkot, but of course we want to take that energy of tranquility, of peace, that links into the energy of certainty. Of course, we want it to last for the entire year, but the way that the Zohar puts it together, La'anara lehai Sukkot, there is such tremendous amount of light, of peace, tranquility, but also to connect it to the rebooting concept, it talks about Sukkat David Hanofelet, which is a very expression, a biblical concept, if you like, or saying again from the Bible, and the Zohar talks about it a lot, specifically during the time of Sukkot. Sukkat David Hanofelet. It considered to be the tabernacle or the sukkah of King David that is falling apart. Why the Zohar using this expression, talking about energy of love and kindness and generosity and mercy, together with peace and tranquility and certainty? So why then the Zohar calls it Sukkat David Hanofelet? King David's Sukkah, tabernacle, that is falling apart. There is a very long explanation here, but I want to put it, to encapsulate it in a nutshell. David, King David, of course, representing our lives with the ups and downs, what we call Malchut. You heard about it many times already. Malchut, the physical realm, the physical reality, with the chaos factor that we have here. Yes, chaos is always ambushing there. Murphy's law. If there is a chance for something to go wrong, it might go wrong, and we all familiar with that. Yes, not maybe every day or every second of our lives, but there is Murphy. There is the chaos factor in our lives. So here he talks about David, that represents any kind of falling, stepping into any type of chaos. There is nothing that one can imagine, again, in a painful way, in a chaotic way, that didn't happen to King David. That's why it's King David, because he was able to resurrect. He was able to come out of it and to come up with the upper hand. So the energy of Sukkot, Sukkat David Hanofelet, the falling apart Sukkah, tabernacle, house, if you like. It's not a house, but just to make the idea like very, very crystal clear. We're talking about things that falling apart, and that's how the Sukkah, how the tabernacle is being called, Sukkat David Hanofelet, and immediately after, Sukkat Shalom, that energy of peace, of tranquility. Why? The energy of Sukkot is providing us with so many things. My teacher, Rav Berg, used to call it also the energy of antimatter. Chaos, mortality, pain can settle in only in the physical realm, only when we have what we call matter, physical matter, and of course our body and everything surrounding us. The energy of the Sukkot, antimatter, is actually fighting back, so much so that it gives us, not only during the 7 days of Sukkot, but for the entire year, to jump back on our feet when, after we maybe suffered a certain kind of defeat, or what we might consider to be a defeat. So I want even to go a little bit, not necessarily deeper, but to share another example that the Zohar is talking about it from the portion, it's in the portion of Emor, but it's the biblical story of Abraham the patriarch. Abraham the patriarch had the closest person to him, his servant, but not only a servant. Yes, it was Abraham confidant, Eliezer, the closest person to Abraham. Eliezer, who is Eliezer for us in our lives? Eliezer was a Canaanite. He came from the nation of Canaan, Canaanite. That nation, and it's not really about a nation, it's about a certain spiritual energy, came from one of Noah's sons. Noah, from this famous story of the deluge and the flood, Noah and the ark. One of his sons, Ham, did a terrible thing. We won't get graphic here, but it did something that revealed tremendous amount of darkness, of pain in the universe. And from Ham, that son of Noah, Ham, came a certain negative energy that Eliezer, Abraham confidant, had it in his DNA. It was literally is part of the bloodline, but we're not talking about historical story, we're talking about a message for us right now in our lives. So the Zohar is saying, Knan beyado moznei mirma. The energy of darkness is coming from that direction. Da Eliezer Eved Avraham. Eliezer, as a human being, as individual, yes, he's so close to Abraham, but his life story, his destiny basically was full with so much pain, so much darkness, so much corruption. It means, as individual, potentially, he will wake every day into a day full with darkness, so much so that the Zohar is saying, yes, that Mehau Latia Dit Latia, he felt, potentially, he felt that he was cursed. It's like one of these days, hopefully we don't have too many of those days, that you wake up in the morning, a little bit coffee can help now. You can wake up in the morning and feel that the entire universe is against you. Your best friends, the members of your family, your own car something is not working there, you know what? Everything is just going bad. And you literally feel like God personally has something against you. One of those days that we say, oh my God, it's a cursed day. Potentially that was every day in the life of Eliezer. Every day he felt, Latia Dit Latia. It's a cursed day. It's terrible. Why I'm sharing that with you? First of all, it's not me, it's the Zohar. I'm just mentioning it, sharing, okay? And the Zohar is saying, since Eliezer came from such a terrible bloodline, and again, we're talking about energy that might exist in our lives. We know that sometimes we inherit, maybe depression, maybe stuff like that, from our parents, from our grandparents, but it's not only physically, literally the physical bloodline, it's the energy that we have in our soul. Because of previous lifetimes, in Kabbalah we don't talk about it all the time, yes, the tikkun, the correction process, past lifetimes, so we have it all there. What happened to Eliezer? Yativ tchot tzila demheimanuta. He was connecting to this endless certainty that exists during those 7 days of Sukkot, and because of that, zacha lemipak mehau latia det latia, the energy of Sukkot. The only thing we need to do is to be aware of it, to be maybe a little bit more kind and generous to the people around us than what we are usually. I'm sure that we're all generous and kind, okay, but a little bit more, and a little bit more, okay, so as much as we can. And the energy existing during the 7 days of Sukkot, it's a rebooting the system energy, plus, like Eliezer, כיוון דזכה כנען דל לשמשה לאברהם, because he knew about it, since he's Abraham's best friend, right? Abraham the patriarch, the biblical Abraham. So Abraham, of course, told Eliezer, I see how your life can go. It can be so terrible every day. And I'm telling you, there is something in the energy right now. Abraham, he knew about it. 7 days. With some extra kindness, you can shift your destiny for the entire year and maybe, for the rest of your life. And that's exactly what the Zohar is saying here. It's in the portion of Emor, paragraph 269. לא ולא עוד אלא דכתיב בו בברכה. He stepped out from that realm of corrupted spiritual DNA, the energy of his destiny, feeling cursed each and every day, and from that realm he jumped into the realm of known as the tree of life reality. So now, instead of feeling every day cursed, he felt for real, yes, not just saying this from the mouth and out, yes, the lips and out, but for real. אלא דכתיב בברכה, דכתיב ואומר בו ברוך השם. Not only that, he gained that unbelievable certainty, as we mentioned, צילה דאמונתם, אך סנכרו ולבנוי לעלמין. He also gained the energy of the absolute freedom. Whatever it means for you, it's time to kind of, I want to keep the video short, okay? Real freedom. So we have here certainty, peace, tranquility, kindness, love, mercy. סוכת דוד הנופלת, the falling apart, pieces of our lives that we can resurrect and feel completely, the reboot and just coming back to life energetically, with the excitement, with the love, everything that we need. Real freedom and changing the DNA of our destiny. I will put in the description later, like after I finish the video, where those things are written in the Zohar, and just be aware of it. Ask for those things. It's beautiful energy, the energy of Sukkot. I would like to hear some questions, if you can write in the comments, and I should say it in the beginning of the video, like and subscribe, yes, so YouTube send it to more people. You're more than welcome to share with your friends if they're interested in the energy of Sukkot. Thank you very much. Until next time, all the best.